Good afternoon and welcome world. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from or what time of day it is. We have a Lenovo ThinkPad laptop today. Specifically, we will just zoom down and see if we can see what it says. It is model, can't really see on that, there's a lot of reflection. It's the Almond Carden version. Can't see which model it is, but it is a ThinkPad E15 Gen 2. You can just make that out on there. Is it Gen 2? E15 Gen 2. Nice laptop. Typical Lenovo. Very well made, very sturdy, very well built, and reported as no power. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug it in to the charger. It is USB-C. We've got our little meter just on here, and we're going to plug the power into the side, and we're going to see what happens. So we are drawing a little bit on here, if we can see, and it seems to be charging 1.9 amps at 19 point, and it's reset. The power light flashed. Trying to get them all into shot. The power light on here flashes. I'll do this just for theatrical. And you can see the power meter resetting at the same time, and we've got a flash code there. So we'll just do that once more. We'll see the flash code. It's like it's trying to boot, and we get a flash code there as well. We've clearly got something inside. Not very well. So we'll just disconnect that. And we'll have a quick look at what the flash code means. Get that back up because the flash code comes on straight away, which is really good at Lenovo. Don't give us a second. 1. So it's 1 and then 2. So the flash code on Lenovo's website, I will check out. I'll be back in one moment. Okay, so the error code on the we're back. The error code on the Lenovo website is saying a memory error for that. Could be. I've loosened the screws already, as if by magic. We'll just try and pop the case off in one go. Some of these screws have completely come out. That little sucker there. There we go. We've now got it out. So, nice motherboard, as you would expect. We'll just disconnect the battery just to make us safe. And just disconnect the battery yet again. That's come off. There we go. Battery is now out. So got a little bit of warmth in the CPU, so the CPU is clearly booting now. The error code says it's RAM. So what we will do is just pop the RAM cover off gently. Just click down over like so. There's one screw just holding it in, which we will just take out like so, and we'll just quickly pop the RAM out. 8 GB of RAM. We'll just pop the RAM back in, just in case it needed reseating. We'll flip the laptop back over, and we will plug the meter back in and just see if it does the same. So what we're watching for on here is it's got pre-charge current at the moment of 0.4 amps, which is good because battery's not connected. It should then start coming through its, let me turn on because I've reset my BIOS, still sitting at 500, or 0.5, sorry. We will just try and turn it on. Right, it's doing the same. It is sitting at 0.5, so it has got static current at 0.5. I'm not sure that's a good thing. So what we are going to do, we're just going to get the thermal camera out. I'm going to look on the thermal camera just to see if anything is just getting warm with that little bit of current that is being taken. So we'll just flip over to thermal camera. We will plug the power back in. We now have, yep. So we're just looking over the board. You can see the heat pipe for the CPU up there, and I was just touching the RAM on there. What's that up there? Oh, something just suddenly got warm about here. So let's just keep an eye out about here. And let's just see what the power cycle does. I'm going to disconnect the power and reconnect the power just to trigger the event again. Get that in there. It's now just ticking up. We'll keep an eye on the thermal camera just to see if there's anything what flares up. It's up at 19.6 volts. Taking that 0.5. Doesn't want to do it this time. So there is something up there getting a bit warm and toasty. Can you just see it up there? So we'll just put the macro lens on, and we'll just see if we can identify what that is a little bit more. That is a, swap over to the microscope and we'll have a look at what that is. So the thing what appears to be getting warm looks like it's this. It is pulling constant current of 0.4. Now that to me just looks, I wonder if there's a capacitor just above it. I wonder if it could be that little capacitor getting a bit toasty. We will just get the thermal camera back on, which you can see in the chip below it, the little tiny square below it. Both those are getting a bit warm, but not mega warm. Not wow, that's too hot to touch warm like you would expect from a short. This has had work done on it before. If we look down here, that's clearly not factory solder. Not unless Lenovo started soldering badly. Got a massive ball of solder at this side, and I can just tell it's not factory solder. It just doesn't look right. Just doesn't look right at all. So I would say that this has been opened before. And is that residue of some description around here? We're just going to check some shorts around the board. We'll flip back onto wide angle. We're just going to check the board just to make sure there's no nasty shorts kicking around, lurking about, or anything as such. So we're going to put meter onto diode mode. So we can hear it go beep. Find ourselves a nice, juicy, tasty ground. That one will do. And we're just going to check some of the coils just to make they're not shorted. Now, bags of resistance on there. Bags on there. Bags on there. And the power stages can't get to, which are over there. Bags on that one. So the coils for the power stages can't actually get to. But the main power rail, which I believe is this one for the CPU, is okay. And that diode capacitor, what's been changed there, is okay. There's another power rail there, another coil there. So everything's reading as okay on that. I think what I'm going to do, because the hinge is broke as well, let's just check to see if we've got any main power coming into the board when we plug the. So we'll just flick over to DC. We'll get ourselves a nice ground again. Little screw hole there will suffice. We'll plug ourselves back in. And we will see if we've got any power coming in. So let's go back over to the microscope. See what's what. So the USB connector, it is negotiating 19 volts, so the PD controller must be working. And it's responding to power button inputs. So the EC chip must be working, I would assume. So we must be getting voltage to the board. So let's see if we've got anything on any of the. We've got 19 volts down here. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll be able to see where I'm measuring. 3 volts there. Will this be 5? Nothing on that one, which probably there. 1.8 and 5. So we've got 3, 5, 19 and main power rail. Just this one, which is probably charge circuit, which is a little bit not working. Now, I'm aware that there has been some issues with failed CPUs on these. So just wondering whether that could be the issue with this one, whether it could be a failed CPU or something similar. The charge current, the constant current at 0.4 just is not moving at all. It's pretty static at that. It's stopped the rebooting now. So let's just plug the battery back in. Yeah, plug the battery back in. Could it be a frozen BIOS? Could it be something like that? Put the BIOS battery out. I believe is this one here. I'll just take that out and just let it reset for a couple of ticks. Let's just see if that solves the issue. Drain all the power. Let's plug her back in and see what we've got. We're getting an amp now, 0.91, 0.45, 0.88. Screen is flickering. Still not booted, but it will be going through its pre-checks. We have picture. So it was just a frozen BIOS. Just needed a hardware reset and a frozen BIOS on that one. So, yeah. Just make sure we can get further than the Lenovo post screen. And again, we had a Lenovo. Got a little bit more instructions on there also. Still pulling healthy current. We'll just press F1. Entering the BIOS. There we go. So it would appear that it's working. We'll just unplug that. I'm going to plug the battery back in. And just to make sure we're going to charge the battery, because that's obviously important also. We have that. We'll just see if we can get any charge current. I'll plug the USB back in. Pull in an amp. Just over an amp. Fan is spinning. Laptop is coming to life. CPU is getting a little bit warmer. We have beeping. Just looking for a nice healthy charge current. Currently not got any. Might just trick the 0.3, so it's going through a reboot cycle. There we go, over an amp now. Dip back down, 1.25. That's just reminding me to go into the BIOS. It should have configured now. 0.7, 0.71. I think we'll find this battery's got quite a lot of juice in it anyway, so we'll just give the battery a quick probe. .8 there. 10.8. It is flickering to go up a little bit, and it's just averaging around there. It is an 11-volt battery. Oops, just weren't plugged in all the way. Go now. We've got a charging light. Did we see charging light? Rookie mistake, not put it in. And we're up to 2 amps current draw. There we go. It just needed a little bit of a forceful push to get it all the way in. It's a little bit stiff, this one. They're all a little bit different. But we're now charging at 1.95 amps. Just while we've got the meter out, I am just going to check the voltage on the BIOS battery. Yeah, 3.15 volts. So that's a good BIOS battery. No need to change that. I want to said. So we'll just pop that back in. Get that back down there. We're now back in with the BIOS battery. That's still sitting around just under 2 amps. So I'll just pop that out a second and we'll just get the memory cover back on. Pop that back down. Back on charge whilst I'm doing this. Charging lights illuminating. Get that back on there. Battery's connected. BIOS battery in. CPU getting hot and warm. and we will reassemble and see if we can get her to come to life. We'll just pop the case on a little. I've got a funny feeling the hinge brackets aren't up to much. There are a couple of screws which need going in here because they just fell out. They were that loose. I think that one has broke, so we can't put that one back in. If this one goes in actually, because I don't know which one fell out. Because two fell out. That's the one which fell out. We've got those in. Just tighten this side up also, just to make sure they're not going to come loose. Disconnect the power so we can put the rear case on. Plunk click every trip, as they say. We will just see if we have charge again on here. Let it trigger up. I'm going to pop the light off so we can see what's going off here. We have charge current coming through, sitting just at 2 amps. And we have check time and date on screen up there. Let's plug a HDMI in so we can all see what's going off. Escape to continue. Let's see if we get picture. We have got HDMI and that'll appear in the top left of the screen. If it posts, we are just waiting. We've just had a flash. We have picture. As you can see in top left of the screen, I'll just go on to the main one. We've now got picture. So laptop is working, and I would imagine we're having charging on there as well. So we will call that working. I just need to shut it down. So we'll flip back over to microscope and all. We will just get this shut down. And quick shut down. So that was a straightforward one. Frozen BIOS. All together working. And that was on the Lenovo ThinkPad E15 Gen 2 laptop. So good result. I will charge the battery when I reassemble it and give it another thorough test just to make sure everything's working. But all in all, good result. Thanks for watching, guys. Please check out my other videos. They're not all as straightforward as this. So please check them out. Please hit the like and subscribe. And we'll speak soon. Take care. Bye-bye.